In this quick video, I'm going to show you a really cool feature that you could use on your website or your web page built on GroovePages. And this is the confetti animation. This is something that you could add to your page built on GroovePages when somebody lands on your thank you page. And I first saw this on Groove's thank you page. So the way to set this up is very simple. And let me just show you this page here, which was built on GroovePages. And this is the published page. And when I click on refresh, you will see that there's no animation yet. But in order to make the animation appear or to install or configure the animation on the page, all you need to do is a few simple steps. And the first thing you need to do is to look for the elements on the left side of GroovePages. And you will then have to first put things in the container. How this animation works is that it is basically a script that you can copy and paste and put on the page. And for you to do that, first of all, you need to place a container on the page, on the top part of the page or wherever you want this animation to work. But let me just demonstrate to you by putting it up on this top portion of the page, because this code or this script works upon this part of the page being visible. And I'll show you more applications as we go along in this video. First of all, as we have discussed in the challenge, in the 5 days build my website challenge in day 3, we have discussed that the best practices is to put elements in a container. And in that way, you have got the element in the container and you can adjust how the element behaves in a container. For example, you can adjust things such as layout and so on. But for this tutorial, you just have to place a container because you want to put the most important element here, and also a very versatile element, which is the HTML or Code Embed. Just simply select Code Embed and drop it on the container or onto the container. Remember, you can see in the breadcrumbs here, body, block, container, container, embed. So the embed element is sitting within the container which we had just dropped. Now, the next step is simply to install or to put the code into this container. So click on the Code Embed and you are selecting the embed element when you have got this part of the breadcrumbs highlighted. Click on the Code Embed and click on the gear button. And this is where you simply copy and paste the code. I've got the code here and I'll provide this code to you somewhere around this video, depending on where you see it. And all you need to do is click on save and save your page and click on publish. Make sure that the green notification comes up, and that's when you know that it has been published. So view the page that you have just published, and you should see that the confetti animation will appear when the page loads. And there we go. So just by doing that, you have got the confetti animation installed on your page. So to recap, you put or install the animation simply by adding a code onto your page. And the place where you find the code or the way to install codes onto your page is simply by using a code embed which you drop on your page. But you also want to put the code embed into a container so that it is managed properly and it is neat on your page. Now, let me show you in addition, and these codes will be specially provided to our members because this is one of the tutorials that we'll be putting in the membership area. So here is another application that you can do with the code embed or with the scripts that you can install on your page. We have said before that GroovePages is a very versatile platform and there's many things that you can do and you're only limited by your imagination. So let me just show you here. This is another embed or another code which I have installed on the page, except this one is quite similar to what I have just shown you. But if you can see, there may be some subtle differences because this is a code or script which I had modified a little bit in order to give it a bit of a gravity effect and also adjusting how long the confetti appears on the page. So these are just very subtle modifications. And this code I am giving specially to our members. Anyways, that is just one application, but let me show you something a little bit more different, which is something to do with where you put the code. Because the code that I am providing to you will be triggered upon somebody reaching that part of the page. So in this example, I have put the code somewhere lower or down in the page. So you can see that I have put the code here where client testimonials appear. So you can, and let me show you how it looks like on the live page. So if you have, and you can see when it's loaded, the confetti doesn't play yet because it will only appear once somebody reaches that part of the page. So there's a sort of a trigger that will start the confetti animation. And that trigger is when somebody reaches that part of the page where the testimonial portion is, because I put the code over there. And as we are reaching, you will see, and if it works properly, you will see the confetti appearing. So let's get to that part. And there you go. So you can see that you can apply this animation to certain parts of the page. And the way you do it is dependent on where you place your code. And the code which I've provided to you is automatically set up in a way whereby you just have to paste it, and the confetti will show and automatically trigger once it reaches that part of the page where the code is placed. Now, let me just show you as well that there are other effects that you can create. And this is just different applications of the same idea. And they are just different animations that you can do. And so these codes will be provided exclusively for the members of our challenge. So let me show you what it looks like, or other types of confetti which you can use and create. So you can see here that this one is going in a spiral motion. And this last one, just to give you some ideas of what you can do, and you can create your own codes and you can figure it out. But basically, this is also to demonstrate that the code embed is a very powerful element and you can put a lot of different things on it. And this last one is sort of like a fireworks effect for the confetti. So you can also do that. Just wanted to show you that there are many things that you can do with this code embed and the animation. And just the last point, since we're talking about code embed, this is a form which was also created and placed on the page using code embed. So you can see that at the end of the page here. So this is a form which I've created, and I have just put and installed this form for collecting subscribers using a code embed as well. So that's the power of having the code embed element, which is found here on your GroovePages at the bottom here. And this is a very powerful feature that you can use when you are designing your web page, and you can have many applications depending on what you are trying to achieve. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you will, with this, create many different types of animations and apply it to your websites built on Groove.